The final flop on DC's calendar for 2023 is but mere weeks away, and this quadrilogy of failure will conclude with, I don't even know at this point in time, man. Is it going to be its worst flop? Because The Flash is still over there, just absolutely languishing when it comes to return on investment, but then you have the unmitigated disaster that was Shazam at the beginning of the year, and did everybody forget about Blue Beetle? But Aquaman 2, well, there is a bright spot out here because Amber Heard is out of the trailer. Okay, like, it's not a complete win, but they are looking at what's happening. I would have to imagine. Like, DC has been playing catch up with Marvel for as long as the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been a thing, and well, they've been failing to do so. But now that the shoe is on the other foot, that, aha, yeah, you guys are failing too. Well, welcome to the party, pal. Now they can go ahead, and instead of trying to copy what Marvel is doing, they can learn from the mistakes and what they're trying to do with the Aquaman 2, realizing that, oh, we could try to get rid of Amber Heard. Okay, the most unlikable aspect of this film. But it's probably too late, and we've already delayed this enough, and there's no other time because, screw it, we'll just go ahead and put it out into the theaters. What they're trying to do is minimize her in the marketing. I would be shocked. I would be shocked when the press junket kicks into high gear, if there's going to be a high gear for this disaster, if she's out there doing any of the interviews at all, because we know what is going to be the first question asked to her out there on any of the talk show circuits. Is it going to be about Aquaman, or is it going to be about Johnny Depp? She would be more of a liability out there than anything else. So I guess they're just trying to do some amber smuggling, a little turd smuggling into this film. Hopefully everybody forgets about it, and it's like, oh, take a look at Jason Momoa. You kind of like that guy, right? Like, he's generally likable. And you remember the first time, that film made $1 billion. I'm starting to think now, okay, with how badly things are going for the Marvels. Am I getting to a point? I'm going to have to wait probably until the end of the third week, but I'm really starting to push. I'm at about a 55% likelihood that Aquaman 2, I can't believe this. I can't believe that we're here, but we're here now, bruh. That Aquaman 2 is going to end up out-earning the Marvels. Is that the world that we're in right now? Oh, because expectations were already low. All of the problems that were saddled with this belabored production have already been done and dusted. Everybody knows about the problems with this film, this franchise, this company. What's the worst that could happen? And also, it does have some likable people attached to it, and it does have preferential treatment as being the Hollywood film, the holiday film from Hollywood. So let's take a look at this. Amber Heard completely cut out of new Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom trailer, amid claims her role was reduced after bombshell trial with Johnny Depp. Yeah, that's until we see the final screener, until they start to do press previews, we're not going to know for sure, because there's some accounts that actually she's in more of the film now to go ahead and, smite all those Johnny Depp simps, or no, she's been completely cut out because Warner in its dying days finally learned to lesson. We don't know for sure where it's going to land, but we've also heard some leaks from the plot that all of Amber Heard stuff is going to be put on the front end, and then the rest of it's probably playing out as the buddy cop comedy that they've always intended it to be. Yeah, that's normally what you do. You completely changed the plot structure of something that made $1 billion if you weren't facing tremendous backlash on the second go-around. Same thing happened with the Marvels. No, it was always intended to be a team-up, right? No, it wasn't like Captain Marvel ended up testing the worst out of any of the new characters to come along in Phase 3. No, that couldn't possibly have been the case. The actress 37, it's tough out there, who had a blink and you'll miss it appearance as Mira in the film's first trailer released in September, is nowhere to be seen in the latest teaser for the film, set for release on December 20th, 2023. Thought I heard it got pushed back a couple of days. Regardless, it's going to come out December 20th or December 22nd. Whatever, man. The weekend before Christmas, okay? Like, it's coming out. Like it or not, it's here. You can't push it back any further. I think this one's already been bounced back 5 or 6 times, okay? It's coming out. It's done. DC wants to put the EU behind it and start fresh with the U. Heard plays the daughter of King Nereus, who can control water with her mind and communicate with other Atlanteans telepathically. Unless, of course, it's Zack Snyder's Justice League, where in order to have a conversation with Aquaman, she has to create this water bubble in Atlantis. Yeah, it was a good film, right? Anyways, who becomes Aquaman's wife, and they had such great chemistry. Anyways, the action in the clip starts with Momoa on voiceover duties explaining that Aquaman has swapped his aquatic fighting skills for fatherhood, for now, at least. Yeah, because one of the leaked plots is, well, it's kind of a, go ahead and say it's a late-stage abortion. Yeah. But it seems that, though, daddy duty won't last long, as he also doubles up as King of Atlantis, which involves battling against a new set of villains. Yeah, but you hear something like that, and then you think, it's like, oh, okay, maybe Amber Heard's not getting shelved after all. No, she's supposed to be one of the good ones, right? That's why they put her in the, the skin-tight unitard. And back in the cut, Amber Heard, fuck yeah. But now knowing everything, fuck out of here. Meanwhile, Nicole Kidman, who returns as Atlanta, what? Arthur's mom, okay, and the former Queen of Atlantis, seems to have a more prominent presence in the action film. Yeah, because, okay, for as goofy as Nicole Kidman has always been, I never, ever got her appeal when, Hollywood had the big push, or rather mass media had the big push in the late 90s, early 2000s that, oh, isn't Nicole Kidman, oh my god, she's such a sex symbol. For what? People physically attracted to clothes hangers? Like, it never made any sense to me, but okay. Director James Wan has since played down the claim that her role was pared back. No, it's fine. We just won't have her in the marketing, even though, back during the halcyon days of the trial in 2022, oh, she was the second lead that was out there. She was a very important character, okay? She was one of the stars until Walter Hamada ended up mailing in a deposition going, no, she was terrible. She didn't work well with anybody, okay? Anyways, insisting that the Aquaman sequel was never meant to, heavily focus on, like, the main character's wife or anything. No, of course, why would she be in there? In the era where, every single fucking film is trying to give, females more time than necessary. No, of course, we wouldn't have the most prominent female. That's right there. That's why Arthur's going to have a mommy problem. I've always pitched this to everyone from the get-go. The first Aquaman was Arthur and Mara's journey. In the second movie, well, that bitch, she's off doing some shit. I don't fucking know. It's a strong, independent woman. She's off being strong and independent. Somebody else's production. Fuck off. The second movie is always going to be Arthur and Orm. Oh, of course, that's always what was going to be happening, from the guy who was the very brilliant storyline auteur from the Fast and the Furious franchise. Adding, so the first was a romance action movie, or action adventure movie. The second one is a bromance action adventure movie. This here sounds gay. Last month, Aquaman 2 was beset by more drama after Heard's bombshell therapy documents allege that Jason Momoa, this is why, oh man, if I was to go and see any one of these disastrous DC or Marvel films, it would probably end up being this one, because Jason Momoa out there endearing himself to everybody, purposely dressed like Johnny Depp, even though he kind of dresses like a Southern California bum, but, he has forever, and guess what? Johnny Depp has always had that look, but no. Jason Momoa did this and pushed to have her fired from the film in order to intimidate her. Heard will return as Mira, maybe in the background, just doing one of these, hi Arthur, you remember we're married, and The Lost Kingdom, set for release December 20th, 2023. Remember, save the date, folks. Variety reports Depp fans paid the court fees for the release of the December 27th, 2021 notes from Heard's therapist, Dr. Don Hughes, which were written on a pad and formed part of the trial last year. The notes later surfacing on Reddit. Wow, extremely, astronomically rare Reddit W. The notes detailed an alleged hostile Aquaman 2 set, but nobody else has ever claimed that except for one person who always seems to find themselves right the center of controversy. It couldn't be everybody else on the other sets. It's so weird, the dozens of places that I go, the over 100 sets that Amber Heard has been on. It's she gets kicked out of all of these places, but it's always the people that kick her out that's the problem. Like something like 108, 110, something like that. It's always everybody else's fault, right? Jason said he wanted me fired. Jason drunk, late on set, dressing like Johnny, has all the rings too. Oh my god, could you be any more dramatic? Well, actually, could you channel any of that dramatic retelling and put it on screen? Because, yeah, she's been a fine piece of ass before, but acting? nobody ever tuned in for that. Representatives from Momoa declined to comment on the publication, while a DC studio spokesman said, "No, shut up." Jason Momoa conducted himself in a professional manner at all times on the set of Aquaman and The Lost Kingdom. A source who was on the London set in 2021 added that the pair got along on set, adding, "Jason works his ass off, likes to have a beer once in a while, like everyone." No, can't say everyone, but no, I understand. But doesn't show up a drunk to set. He isn't dressing like Johnny Depp. He is always dressed in that bohemian style. Representatives for Heard were too busy pulling out their own hair, trying to put their phones on mute so they don't have to listen to this bitch anymore, declined to comment, but confirmed the publication that the notes were in reference to the Aquaman 2 and that they were therapy sessions from December 27th, 2021. We haven't got there yet, and I'd imagine her therapy notes are probably going to look pretty unhinged in 2027 when she's like, "Oh, I was late again for my Target shift, and then I ended up getting threatened, but then I just started to cry and I sucked the manager's dick and everything was fine." Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is, at least for the foreseeable future, going to be the last time where Amber Heard is going to grace the silver screen, unless, of course, they start broadcasting, thanks to the actors and writer strikes of 2023, OnlyFans content in theaters in 2024 and beyond. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.